Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ken Frederick Podcast. This is episode 45, our favorite famous females.
FFF. Right?
Yeah.
Top 5.
All right. I want to say thank you for listening. And if you stumbled across us on the interwebs, check us out at kfpodcast.com, facebook.com/KF Podcast, then Ken Fred Podcast on the Twitter. So we're going to go over top 5. And this is all Dawn's doing.
Yes. So let me give you a little explanation here. I am a total sellout. We are so desperate for likes and views because we feel we have a lot of good videos out there, and some people aren't checking them out. So we're just testing the waters for things people might find interesting. So we've done video games, we've done sports, we've done emotional shit like Father's Day and all that other stuff. We've done movies, nerd stuff, everything you could. We haven't done politics and religion because we don't tackle that.
We said before we agreed to do this that there's 2 things we're never going to talk about, and that's politics and religion.
And we've stuck to it. So we thought, what haven't we done? I was thinking of this because I write most of these ideas for shows. And I text these 2 jackasses and say, what do you think about this? And they ignore me all day.
And it literally was so long, I'm like, I'm not reading this text.
Because it's too long. I write down ideas. But anyway, I said, we haven't done anything sexy that,
Sex sells.
Something that is good for a good... This is mostly for a good YouTube videos, the stuff you want to look at. So I thought, we do these top 5s before, and one we came up with once, we said, what's our list of me and my wife always talk about we have sort of like a list. Now, this is like guys that if famous people that if the opportunity presented itself, I'm not allowed to say anything. Hers is like Vin Diesel, Chris Letang, people like that. And we always had these like, who's on your list,
Yeah.
So we thought, why don't we try and do something like that? But we kind of chickened out before. And the reason was why?
Why?
Because we were afraid that our wives, our girlfriends, Sabre and Mindy would be like, what are you doing here? Because you know how women are. They're allowed to say every guy under the sun is hot. But if we say one girl's good looking, we get in trouble. But you know what? We're going to do it anyway because we're desperate. And, just to sort of cover our own asses a little bit, let me just go on record in saying that I have a very good looking wife. I'm a very happily married man. My wife is very attractive. She's above my station. I'm probably a little too ugly for her. So I always, I'm very happy. I don't need to like anything else, but I'm still a man and I find other women attractive like every other guy does. And I have some celebrities that would be on my island if I was allowed to have some attractive women come hang out. These would be the girls I would pick. Ken is also a very lucky man because he has the beautiful Mindy.
I do.
That's his girlfriend who's
Very
above
beautiful.
his station also.
That's the truth.
And she's wonderful, and he's a lucky dude.
Yep.
And
I'm single and don't give a
Justin's single, but he does have a robot wife, his computer wife, Karen, and she will say, what do you mean I'm blocking these websites? You're not allowed to look at these ladies?
I actually think that his relationship with Karen is that she's into it too.
Yeah.
And that's why she shows him the
This one
images.
looks hot. What about her?
Hey, Justin, you should check out this girl.
And we also had a little bit of set of rules going into this that this isn't like Instagram hoes and these chicks that just go online to make money, and everybody has a website nowadays. These are women. These are attractive women that, have a career, things going on, and just making money showing their boobs on the internet. So there's a little bit of rules behind us. We're keeping it classy here at the Ken Frederick Podcast.
Yeah.
As we talk about ladies that we kind of want to have relations with, if we are allowed. So we're going to dive into our top 5 favorite famous females.
All right.
And we're starting with the cheese. Who, by the way, let's just say, when I gave out this assignment, I give them their little homework assignments. He told me, and I quote, I got it to like 25 girls. He actually handed me his phone. There was like every actress that's ever made a movie. And I'm like, narrow it down. This shouldn't be that hard.
I can't wait to the honorable mentions because we're gonna have to have like
we're gonna have to have like
credits.
8 pages of credits.
I don't have any honorable mentions written down.
You have
I
a
went
huge
with
list.
I know, but I'm leaving the list to the side, and I'm just doing
bitches,
my
you ain't
top
on this
five.
top five. You ain't anything.
Honey, if you ain't on this list, you ain't shit. So we're going to talk about these. We're going to give our top 5 and whys, okay? And remember, we're doing normal rules, not Perry rules.
We're not
Start
just
with
jumping
number
around.
5 and go down to number 1.
All right,
Cheese's top 5. Here we go. Are you ready?
number 5,
And then number 5.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Interesting.
So
Why?
again,
She has
this
boobs.
And good night.
no, this goes back to high school. First thing I saw her in.
I think a lot of this is going to get
back to high school.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Try and keep it clean.
So when
Literally.
she was in I Know What You Did Last Summer, when she was like, that was her
Yeah.
big breakout. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
And then a year later actually, one of my favorite movies of all time, Can't Hardly Wait.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great
And
movie.
she is Amanda Beckett.
Yeah.
She is the gold, like
She's the it girl.
she's
Yeah.
the it girl in that high school, and I
Amanda.
yeah,
Sorry.
She's great.
just fell in virtual love with her, and
No, I hear ya.
she's been there ever since. Couple other of her roles that I've loved are Heartbreakers.
Oh,
That movie was
great.
terrible.
Let me tell you what. I snuck out of work to go see Heartbreakers by myself because that was in my first marriage, and like I wouldn't have flew. I actually snuck out of work, played hooky, got in my car, drove to Lowe's, and watched
see
Heartbreakers
Heartbreakers.
because that's what a fan I was, and Heartbreakers was phenomenal. Well, Jason Lee was in it from Mallrats.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good movie. It's actually not a bad movie, but she's pretty hot in it.
Yeah. So moving on. Next on my
And
list,
number 4.
number 4 is Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, who actually has gotten better looking the older she gets.
Absolutely. And I always thought she was hot when she was on Friends. I never watched Friends religiously. I always thought she was hot, but it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
The movie of hers that
The Leprechaun.
really
Leprechaun 2 in the hood.
no that really flipped me to she is just
Just went 6
amazing.
to midnight on this movie.
Horrible Bosses.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah,
Horrible
I
Bosses.
never saw that movie.
When
That's a
she
great
when she plays the dentist.
she's pretty hot in Horrible Bosses too. Also,
Yes. But she was outstanding in that, and I have been in love with her ever since.
she. Let me tell
again,
you another
like you
funny
said-
story. She's actually so hot in Horrible Bosses too that the scene where Jason Bateman and her have sex.
Yeah.
and it's on a security camera and they're watching it. I have bad eyesight. I actually paused the TV and was standing this close to the TV, trying to see it. And then someone walked in the room and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." And shut it off.
Oh, that's
I had to
great.
get that close to the TV because it looked like it was really good.
That's great. So in at number 3. Number 3 for me was a hard one. The middle of the top 5 was a hard
Okay.
one.
This is, let me guess it. This is B. Arthur.
Sophia Petrella.
Yes. No.
Mama from Mama's Family.
This is a relatively this
Medea.
woman came in relatively recently.
Roseanne.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth
Scarlet
Olsen,
Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
And that's why I loved her as Scarlet Witch. I
I've
don't know
seen
what it
pictures
was.
of her. I think she's hotter in the wild than she is a Scarlet Witch. like her, like you see her like
In the
movie-
wild, was she running through the woods naked or
like
something?
in movie premieres and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think she was all that attractive in Avengers.
Watch her in that
Well,
Old Boy movie. She's hot as hell in that movie.
I have not seen that.
It's weird. But
Yeah,
it's,
and that's why
I
I
haven't
haven't
seen it
seen it.
either. I just watched her hot scenes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, she was in Godzilla, and then the Avengers,
Godzilla.
the Avengers movie.
Godzilla.
He's in Godzilla.
But
Oh my god.
so yeah, she's a new one on the list,
Okay.
and
I can't wait to see who got kicked out for.
He's not going to tell us.
You're not going to tell us.
All
Okay.
the other women in the world got kicked out
Yeah,
from this list.
everybody.
yeah.
In at number 2.
Number 2, again, this one has been a long time. Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
I love.
See, I don't find Mila Kunis that attractive.
Didn't even come into a thought.
Oh, Mila Kunis. Remember that from what's that from?
The Western
Western movie with
What's his face?
yeah, we know a lot of movies. You know what? You've seen the Western that you don't like that we talked about. Seth
Oh,
MacFarlane.
Seth
16
MacFarlane.
Ways to Die
Yeah.
in the West.
Yeah.
A million ways to die in the West. But
And they're all,
22 ways
he's
to
sitting
die.
there speaking American Indian to the
Yeah.
tribe, and he's
Yeah.
going, Mila Kunis, which means, like, calm down.
Yeah.
yes, I remember. But anyway, I, again, started out in that 70s show. and she's.
Did you like that movie where her and Justin Timberlake have sex like 100 times?
Yeah, she looked great in that. And the thing about it is, she seems like, now she could be completely different in real life, but she seems like she would be kind of like a guy's
Into
girl.
cheese?
Like a guy's girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She likes Gouda.
She's a giant nerd. She was addicted to World of Warcraft for a long time. So much so that in the newest release, she actually has a character in the game.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I feel like these chicks say that just to get more likes.
no, because at some point because people were saying that about her, and at some point she went and she posted like her public profile, and she's. I don't play World of Warcraft, but she's like super high level and all crazy into the game.
All right. In at number 1.
Number 1 for me is Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick?
Yes, I absolutely love. I don't know what it is. I follow her Twitter. She's hilarious. I think it's because she's funny. She's attractive, and she's funny. She's talented. So when I put my list together, yeah, she's an Oscar nominated actress.
She's an Oscar friend of Sesame Street, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar nominated actress, but again, everything. I've gone and watched bad movies just to see her in a bad movie.
No. So you loved X-Men because she was Maura McTaggart in it.
No,
Right?
that is not her.
That's not her?
not
No.
Anna
That's not
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick? Who's
Anna Kendrick is the girl that was supposed to be Squirrel Girl for a while. The red-haired chick.
No,
That's
she's
the same
not
girl,
red
isn't
hair.
it?
She's brunette.
What movie is Anna Kendrick in?
She was in She was the lead in Pitch Perfect. She
course
was
she
in
has
Scott
red hair.
Pilgrim. She played Scott's sister in Scott Pilgrim.
Scott's sister and Scott. Who am I thinking of then?
I have no idea who the hell you're thinking of.
Who's Maura McTaggart?
That hold on, let me get the actress's name.
All right, guys. So as they're looking things
I'll-
up, these
as
chicks
we're,
up
as we're
online,
looking at. Oh, okay, she looks just like that girl.
I think that's red hair.
She wasn't the chick from Neighbors then.
No,
That's the same girl. I'm confused
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
All
Is
right.
the girl from Neighbors the same girl from?
that's Rose Byrne.
Okay, I think they look exactly alike.
Roadburn, Road Rash.
All right, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. All right, we're moving on then. Is that any honorable mentions for you, Cheesy?
Cheesy.
I've got, like you said, I've got a list here of
Who almost made
He's
the list?
got hose of different areas.
Give us 2 or 3 honorable mentions. HMs.
Kaylee Cuoco, Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah.
Emma Stone, Margot
Okay.
Robbie.
All right, I said 3 and you're naming freaking 20 of them over here. I don't have any. Here's a list of 40.
Like I said, I have a ton. They're just,
All right.
Do they have? Oh, I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
All right, that's my 5.
Good job. On to the big guy, Kenny.
All right, so I have a weird list.
I imagine that this list I'm gonna find I think I'm probably not gonna know who the hell
There's
half of them
a
are.
few that you're gonna have no idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be on because Ken and me have completely different taste.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's gonna be interesting. But I'll go first.
All right.
All right,
At
so-
number 5.
The most recent crush I've had on anyone like that's been a celebrity has been Christine Milani. She's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. We talked about it in the
Okay,
last
so
podcast.
yeah, this is more
She
How I Met Your
sings-
Mother.
I
I have a
fe-
feeling it's gonna be the cast of How I Met Your Mother.
No, because one went to the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I feel like all the chicks that I'm into, I like that they're attractive and that they do something else. Like, I don't know, I'm into them because they do
They're
this.
attractive and they do something else. This girl's hot and she also can knit.
Well, like, I mean, he said because they're into nerdy things. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's a gateway for the reason I find out about the person, and then
I don't even know what that means.
like. For instance, Christina Milani was on How I Met Your Mother, and then I found out that she's also sings. It was on the original cast of Once on Broadway, so I listened to her
So
sing.
they gotta these chicks gotta have some talent in order to make it onto Ken's list.
Yeah.
They can't just be good looking.
Well, and then so it's kind of like how a couple of them. My number 4 is Felicia Day. She's in Supernatural. She's the redhead in Supernatural. Charlie.
Crowley's mom, the witch.
No, that chick's way old. That's not his.
No, she's also in the Guild.
Oh no, I know
We
who.
are
All right, I know
so
who you're talking about.
confused.
It's Charlie, the computer hacker girl.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
She's
okay.
she's nerdy. She's got red hair. She's
Yeah.
also does a web channel, Geek and Sundry, where they do board games and stuff.
Okay,
she's
yeah,
on
I don't.
Geek and
I don't
Sundry.
find her attractive at all.
Well, then that's fine. You
Yeah.
don't
This
need
This is
to.
Ken's list.
Here's one that you're gonna have no idea who it
oh,
is.
it's gonna be great.
And her name is Laura Zombie. She is a Russian artist. So she does a lot of painting with watercolor and whatnot.
Laura Zombie.
Yes.
Okay, that's a new one to me.
Yeah.
See, when I look her
What
up, I
is
can't
she?
find her. I just find all of her art.
Yeah. She's.
How did you come across her? You just like her art?
I found her art, and I got really into her art, and I was looking that up.
So when I do these pictures, I'm never going to be able to find Laura Zombie.
Well, you don't have to. Just show her art, and then it can be mysterious.
Mysterious.
But,
wow.
So that's my number 3. My number 2 is...
I mean, you're reaching for these, huh?
What do you mean reaching for these? I just don't...
All right,
Listen,
I
you
know.
can Google
I
boobs
know.
and whatever else. I like to have a little extra with the chicks that that are in my top 5.
I got you.
If
Go
I'm
ahead.
stuck on a stranded island with these people, I want art, I want songs, I want minstrels, and...
I don't want any of that. I just want a bunch of boobs running around. I talk to myself.
Oh, man.
You do already.
All right.
If I want a song, I'll sing it.
My number 2 is Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Rec. Best friends with your number 1. She acts
know
like
that is either.
she's in Scott Pilgrim as the
Scott
God,
Pilgrim.
your list. It's either that you talk about me with like Lost. They either need to be in Scott Pilgrim.
I didn't have it because I liked her in Parks and Rec. There was a couple,
Your whole life is Parks and Rec, How I Met Your Mother, and Scott Pilgrim. That's it. They got to be all in these movies and connected to it, right? Okay.
how about you go yourself?
I'm not even going to edit that one out.
Just take your boat and go find the island that Lost is on with all your tits and ass. You quit giving me shit.
love it.
All right. And my
In
number
at
1
number 1. Can't wait.
is Sarah Bareilles, the singer.
Okay. No, that makes sense. You love her.
I think I listen to her music all the time. I think she's attractive. And there you go.
This is a very different list.
Yeah, it's not your conventional list. I'm not a conventional guy.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you have to be completely different in everything you do.
I'm not completely different with everything that I do. God, Jesus. It's the worst idea ever.
I got to be honest. I feel a little better now after the last podcast.
Well, I knew as soon as this came up, like, I'm getting beat up. Like,
Your list is perfectly fine. I'm just messing with you.
I know, but and yours is
It makes
fine.
for good radio or whatever the hell this is. Podcasting. If I sat here going, oh, good.
Well, this is
Because
also,
when I read my list, you're going to go,
what's
man,
how
that
much
makes-
is this going to be fake on this list?
oh,
too?
so much fakeness.
There's going to be you're going to be like, these are my favorite plastic surgeons.
This is my favorite list of plastic surgeons.
So
That's great. All right, so we're ready for my top 5.
yeah.
Which, again, you're
Oh, I
going
don't
to
get any honorable mentions.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot your honorable mentions. Go ahead.
So my honorable mentions are Allison Hannigan from How I Met Your Mother. And
I knew
Buffy.
you always liked her.
AJ Lee from wrestling, CM Punk's wife. I was
Yep,
into.
I remember you always liked her, and that sounds about right.
And then, so back in the day, me and a group of my friends called the Q, we used to do like have all top 5s that we keep current.
Yeah.
Because we were all single at the time. And then we also talked about doing a March Madness draft and,
Yeah.
and rating. All
Yeah,
this
me
stuff.
and you did that once
Yeah.
years ago. We did a draft.
We did do a draft.
Yeah. Well, we did a March Madness poll.
We did, the March Madness. That was a fun one.
This is when I was really bored and sitting at work and I couldn't work from home all the time. And I would send them I made a bracket in Excel of like 64 names.
Excel!
Yeah.
Goddamn Excel!
Yeah.
A 64-person
Yeah.
bracket.
Different, I had a tab for each east, west, north, and all that, and then a main tab.
And then he got mad that I didn't do it in a day, or like a couple hours.
Right. Because
I'm
I'm sitting there bored,
seriously-
like, give me your results. I'm bored.
I never did it all. I could never finish it.
We did one time. It was current WWE roster, WWE alumni. Then it was like WCW,
ECW.
and Impact, and Independent.
and then he would
we
just
had
break
a
down-
grand champion overall. It was hilarious.
He's done this a couple times with me, where all of a sudden now check your inbox, and it's a 64-person
Let me tell you what,
roster.
we did one time. I did it. It was we did 128 because it was like a grand, huge one of all these wrestling chicks. It was unbelievable.
And I'm like, I can't do this. I don't.
There were so many to fill in that like I was putting like the Great Moolah or whatever.
announcers and old people. I'm like,
Mae Young and all
yeah.
these 90-year-old ladies in there just to have room.
That's funny.
And then when it came out, it still came out to the same person for me, and I'm like, well, that was pointless.
Yeah, it was the same thing. I'm like, this is.
That was when I was really bored. Really bored.
But
But
yeah,
anyway.
so the listing is something we've been doing for a while. But
Yeah.
Elijah Dushku was also on my list back in the day.
No, Elijah Dushku was hot. She
Yeah.
played Faith. She was good.
It was ever since Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Whenever she's in all the leather.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I agree. She's great.
All right. So that was my mentions in my story.
Okay.
So, to distract you from my list of
All
people
right.
girls.
My top 5. Again, this is going to be funny.
Silicone induced.
Silicone induced. Now, what's funny here is me and you have a similarity. Okay? So in at number 5 for me is also Jennifer Love Hewitt. Now, let me explain something. Jennifer Love Hewitt has been number 1 on my list for like 20 years.
Yes.
I mean, if you would ask me
Number
at any
one?
she was always number 1. She was my girl. Like, Saber knew from the beginning, like, Jennifer Love Hewitt's around, I'm never talking to you again. Like, that's my girl. Like, everyone knew that. I mean...
And she's dropped to 5th.
The reason she's dropped is she was... I mean, like, I liked her since Party of 5 and all that and everything she went through. How... I know what she did last summer and all that. She's so hot in those movies. And I always thought she was so sweet and nice and a really good person. Like, you know, if I follow her, like, early days of MySpace and Facebook. Always so sweet and nice. Then she did that movie, she did that series, The Client List. You ever watch her on The Client List?
Yeah.
Where it was really just her masturbating dudes or whatever. That was the name of the show. It was like, the show was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that show was so bad. It was unwatchable. I literally would record it and fast forward through all the weird talking just to get to the scenes where she'd come out half naked to give happy endings or whatever. And it only lasted like 2 seasons, whatever. But I don't know what happened to her. She hasn't been visible in a year. She had a baby, got married.
She was on Criminal Minds.
She was on Criminal Minds, and that was the only time I recorded Criminal Minds was to see her scenes, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
So I just dropped her down because I don't know what she does anymore. I haven't seen her anymore. I think she got kind of strange. But out of respect for how long she's been on my list, there's no way I was dropping her. So Jennifer Love, big boobs, as my wife used to call her.
Well, and then I knew she was on your list, and I go, the tits chick from Party of 5.
That's what he said when I walked in. I mean, when she would come out with some kind of movie, and I'd be like, oh, like, girls on my list are like, this is how you make my list, that if I see a movie or something and there's a possibility you might be naked in it, I'm renting that movie and watching that horrible movie. That's my rating system. Would I watch a terrible movie with you just to see some kind of relation scene with you? Then you're making a donna. Okay. And at number 4 is my wrestling chick.
Eva Marie.
Did you look?
I did.
You did. It's Eva Marie.
That's the only one I saw.
And I figured you would go, when I read that.
I mean, she's a good-looking girl, but like,
I think Eva Marie is absolutely gorgeous.
it's a little much.
I don't know.
It seems, I don't know. She just seems annoying to me. Like, I feel like,
See, I kind of like her. Like I said, I follow her on, I don't know, Instagram, whatever. I like her. She posts funny stuff. She seems like a pretty nice girl all around, and I don't know. I think she gets a lot of bad rap. I feel bad for her. Like, I think she's really tried to become a better wrestler, and people were just mean to her for no reason.
if we're talking wrestling-wise, I think that she got natural heel chemistry where, like, she's good looking.
Yeah.
People are going to hate her because she's better looking than, you know, people in the audience or most of the people around. So she's going to get natural heat. I think she's great for a heel. But if I had to, like, sit with her on an island, I would probably want to shoot myself.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not. I don't want to sit and talk to any of these girls. Okay, your list is who you want to be friends with. Mine's a real guy list of you know. I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know what I mean. So you're a nicer person than I am. I'm a little bit more of a chauvinist, I guess. So there you go. Eva Marie, number 4. I think she's gorgeous. She's a good-looking girl. Number 3 for me is Scarlett Johansson.
All right.
I think Scarlett Johansson has such a unique look where I feel like in all her movies, she can look so different in all of them, but she's still gorgeous. Like, I've seen her in movies where she's, like, homely, no makeup on, looking kind of, like, natural, and she still looks beautiful. Then she's, like, looks like the Black Widow. She's all with the leather, looks gorgeous. Then another movie, she's, like, simple and nice. She still always looks pretty. That movie she made, Dawn John, with... She was like that movie. That movie sucked, and I sat through that whole movie just because of how good looking Scarlett Johansson is. You know, she and I think she's pretty good. I mean, I think she kicks ass as Black Widow. I mean, you know, she's great in that, and I don't know. I've always had a thing for Scarlett Johansson, and I don't know. You gotta love ScarJo. Who doesn't like Scarlett? She made it to your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
There's a great Hannibal Buress stand-up about how he's got the hots for Scarlett Johansson. He meets her.
Yeah.
And he's falling around the club going, Scarlett! You have to check it out on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but she's cool. So, even though I don't want a Black Widow movie because it's a waste, but I wouldn't mind a Netflix series, a Black Widow series.
I want a S.H.I.E.L.D. movie with her and
with
Hawkeye.
her and Hawkeye. That would be good, yeah.
And
That would be
Fury.
cool.
All right, you're going to hate my number 2. Both of you are going to hate my number 2. Okay?
All right.
And number 2 for me is Megan Fox. Megan Fox, I fell in love with during the Transformer movies. I mean, Thought she was fantastic. I just think she has such a unique look to her. I don't like how emaciated, skinny she got for a while there. She looked sickly, and she fell off. But I think since she made the last Turtles movie, she's got her groove back. And
most of this list seems like the most annoying people in the world.
Yeah, she's probably pretty annoying. But again, this is a chauvinistic list. This isn't somebody I want to be best friends with. I'll give you my best friends top 5 next week. Okay, you know who's on my best friends list is
Justin Timberlake,
Kristen Wiig, and the cast of Ghostbusters. Those 4 girls, they're all great to hang out with.
Well, I mean, your list is just who you can want to spend 25 seconds with.
Yeah, basically, it's just 25 seconds left. That's
5 seconds apiece.
Yeah, we're not doing who I want to be best friends and go hang out and watch movies with. We'll do that list later on.
But I don't know. I can't turn that off for me for some reason.
Well, I can. My favorite part of Turtles too was just the Megan Fox scene.
Well, that was just the blatant
good.
Here you go.
And that was worth my $9. The rest of it, I was just there. You go. Her Transformer scenes with the Bumblebee and all that. She's just sexy. She has a unique look. And my number 1, I can't even pronounce her name correctly. Is
how are we supposed to know who it is?
Is Alexandra Daddario.
You said it right.
Did I say it right?
Is this the chick from the True
Detective?
Okay, so can I tell a little story?
You can tell a little story, but let me just say a little thing first. She was in like San Andreas. Yeah. I first liked her from the Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson movies. Thought she was really cute. I didn't. It's weird because when I first saw her, I was like, "Oh, she's young. I really shouldn't like her." Then I found out she's a lot older, playing a younger person. Yeah. She's like 31 now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's a lot older than I thought. And she's just. I think she has such gorgeous eyes. I think her eyes are almost mesmerizing. Not to mention she's very natural everywhere around. You said silicone and all that. She's no silicone at all. She is a gorgeous girl, great body. I follow her on Twitter. She has a great personality, too, and funny. Like you said, a nerd and all that. She's into all that stuff. And her movies are pretty good, and I think it's funny that she was The Rock's daughter, and now it's going to be like The Rock's love interest. And which is kind of weird. But go ahead, tell your story.
Can I tell the story where you sent me the link?
Yeah.
Because you were so into this chick, and I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And you're like, here, just watch this part of True Detective. And I'm like, okay. And I turn it on, and this chick's getting all crazy up on Woody Harrelson.
Well, what's weird about it is I saw her in all these movies, and she never did any nude scenes or anything like that. And I, like Jennifer Love Hewitt's never done nudity or anything like that. She was still my top. And Alexandra, like I saw her in a bunch of stuff. I'm like, yeah, she's just hot. And I saw True Detective was on HBO, and I'm like, I have no desire to watch that because I don't really like Matthew McConaughey. He kind of annoys me.
Yeah,
and especially the stupid car commercials that he has now. But anyway, I didn't really like it. And then someone posted this link on Facebook and was like, oh my God, you got to watch True Detective. And I'm like, all right, let me go to this video. And I bring it up. It was like on one of these Maxim sites or something like that. And I click on it, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, all right. And then she just gets totally naked. Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
And just starts messing with Woody Harrelson. I'm like, oh my God, the shirt's coming off too, and the pants. I'm like, oh my God, this is like amazing. Like this girl that I think so hot just got totally nude, and I was so excited about it. I texted the Ken. I'm like, watch this, and his reaction was like, oh my God. I was like, it's so shocking.
You kind of don't expect it because when the scene comes up, she just dives right in, man, and just shirt comes off.
And she's playing like a younger person too. Like she's in high school student in the show.
It was crazy.
And she is just.
And then from that moment on, I was like, you're number 1 on my list. That was amazing. Thank you so much, HBO. And then I sat there and watched the rest of that horrible show. Then we started watching it just to see if there was anything else going to happen. And there wasn't. But she's gorgeous. I can't wait to see her in Baywatch. Because, I love Baywatch, and she's in it, and she's great. Although I hope she doesn't go that super skinny route. I saw pictures of her lately. I hate when girls just starve themselves and lose their shape. I like shape. I like curves. I don't want to see you turn into a skeleton and walk around and seeing your bones sticking out. You know what I mean? Like, stay natural, honey. You're a good-looking girl. You don't need to go Hollywood emaciated, sick skinning. It's disgusting. All right, honorable mentions. Here's my 3 honorable mentions. Nikki Bella.
I was shocked that
Nikki Bella's an honorable mention. I like her. Jessica Biel.
Okay.
I was that when Harry met Chuck whatever that
and Larry.
Her scenes in that. She has a great butt. She's a good looking girl. And an old school favorite of mine who still at 50 years old looks gorgeous is Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek blew my mind in Desperado in like 1992, where I was like, holy crap, is she gorgeous? And she still looks better at 50 years old than most girls look at 20. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman.
Her in Dogma was good, too.
Yeah, she's a gorgeous woman. She still looks it. And, God bless her. And, that's my list. That's all of our list.
I forgot one honorable mention.
All right.
And that's your wife.
Oh!
No, I was just kidding. But it really, like, there's a story about your wife, Sabra, and thinking that she gets upset that I don't compliment her.
Sabra used to get upset because Ken was the only guy that wouldn't give her any compliments. So we were in our house, we'd have, like, guys, like, talking about her, flirting with her, whatever, and Ken would have no interest whatsoever. And it would bother her. She'd be, like, to the point where she'd say, oh, it make me so mad. I'm going to come over there and, like, hug you or give you a kiss. And you'd be like, I don't care. Like, there's no... And she'd be like, it would piss her off to no end that Ken wouldn't... He doesn't dote over anybody.
No.
He's not a doty.
And all these people would be like, oh, you say it. I'm like, whatever.
Like, I don't care.
I'm just not a person that gives a shit about that.
And it's funny, and it always bothered that Ken wouldn't do any doting. So that's funny you put her on the honorable mention list. And Mindy, we're just kidding.
Yes.
She's not on his list.
No.
It's all for fun. She's on Justin's list. She's on my list, too. Okay, everybody. But that was our chauvinistic episode. All right, more top 5. Again, if you anything you'd like us to do a top 5 on, please mention it in the comments below, or not.
We'll literally do a top 5 about it.
We will do a top 5 about anything.
Yeah.
Ball bearings.
Yeah. Top 5 worst smelling farts.
Justin had it a little bit ago.
All right. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out, everybody.
Later.